the 264 Winchester mag came out, they started debate over standard cartridge versus Magnum cartridge. And what I'd like to go over with you guys is the pros and cons of these two. Doesn't matter what caliber, what cartridge length, the weight of the bullet. There's three things you're looking at. You're looking at recoil, you're looking at efficiency, and you're going to be looking at the weight. Now, as we get more modern and technology gets better, powders, bullets, and rifles, they all become engineered to work more efficiently. And that falls under your magnums. Is that a good thing? Yes. Is it a bad thing? Yes. As opposed to a standard cartridge, where you got a smaller package, you can do the same thing with the standard cartridge as a Magnum cartridge out to 300 yards. A Magnum cartridge will only start doing its job after 300 yards. Why the Magnum cartridge? Like anything, they have to start improving. Vehicles improve, tires improve, all types of things. So, along with the firearms industry, you have to improve things. So, but me, I'm a standard cartridge guy. You can go to Mini Mart, you can buy it. If you forget your hunting pack at the house, it's available. It's a lot cheaper than Magnum cartridge. And it'll get the same job done. Recoil, I don't know how many people have ever went out and shot a 338 Winchester Magnum, but it's something you'll shoot twice a year, as opposed to taking your 270 out and shooting it 6 times a year. So, overboring on a Magnum cartridge, its efficiency. As a hand loader, overboring is a bad thing. You take this powder, you put it in your cartridge, and when you fire the cartridge, not all that powder is burnt. There's a lot of powder residue in the barrel, which causes fouling and inaccuracy, and it's just not an efficient way to burn powder. Now, with your standard cartridges, you have 10 grains less. You can use a Magnum primer in a standard cartridge and burn powder a lot efficiently. Your accuracy is better. It keeps your recoil down too. So back to the pros and cons of standard versus Magnum. Recoil. Your standard cartridge is going to be 4 pounds lighter recoil. Your Magnum cartridge has 12 pounds of recoil back into your shoulder, where your standard cartridge has 9, depending on the weight of the rifle. Those are your averages. Your weight, if you can get a featherweight hunting rifle in a standard cartridge, you're looking at 6.5 pounds with scope. You're looking at 9.5 to 11 pounds with a Magnum rifle. So if you're hunting, hiking the mountains, that's extra weight you don't want to be carrying. The efficiency, back to that. Your standard cartridges are built for women and children, beginner hunters, women who want to get into it. So I prefer standard cartridge over Magnum cartridge. Thank you.
Can't leave.
Good job, Rob.
Every time.
Your knowledge about this subject is really, really impressive. Very technical. I was pretty lost.
Oh,
I probably lost you bouncing around.
no, you kept pretty much on track, I
I
thought.
don't know.
I think it has to be some of the terms you use, maybe because we don't like when you said overboring.
I tried to
You were
explain
thinking
that.
overbearing, right?
Well, no, I mean, my guys reload, but I don't, and that's what you were talking about. Were you talking about reloading?
Whether,
Can you reload?
yeah, I'm hand loading, reloading, whether it's building your own or you buy it factory, overboring is when you got a cartridge that can't use the entire amount of powder. None of them will burn the entire amount of powder, but some of them it's just overkill, it's a waste. And a lot of
And that's what
Magnum,
you see in the Magnum?
Magnum cartridges are just, at 100 feet per second faster than your standard cartridge, it's not worth it.
Well, how fast does a normal standard bullet travel in feet per second?
If you took your standard 30-06 with a 150 grain bullet, you're looking at, we'll say, 2,700 feet per second.
Okay, and then so Magnum would only be like 28.
Correct.
Okay. So yeah, it is a lot. They're very painful to fire after a few rounds. I agree.
And to burn that Magnum up to use it efficiently, you have a 24 to 26 inch barrel as opposed to just a standard 22 inch barrel, which is added weight.
Okay.
You're walking
Kind
around
of
in the
pain in
brush.
the butt, yeah.
I liked you, at the beginning, you kind of said what your broad subject is, but then you said the narrower, the cartridges, you said I'm gonna talk about hunting, but then you narrowed